you. It is Wednesday. It is the 21st of September, and you are watching me, Natalie, on Toho Beads Live. So you some very, very pretty little cluster earrings. Now, I've been making a lot of earrings. There was requests earlier on in the year of what you would like to see, and earrings is something that I think maybe more so in the summer months people suggest that they want to make, which is lovely. These today are going to be something a little bit different. Instead of using the gorgeous hooks that I've been using, the French hooks, I'm going to be using some little clip-ons. So these are available for anybody to wear. They're really lightweight. They're very, very lovely. And straightforward to do. All you're going to need is a needle and a thread. So we've got some fantastic offers on for you today, as always, and we've got a lovely little bundle offer on for you as well. So there's 3 different colorways to choose from, but if you can't decide, you can get the bundle, which includes all 3 colorways. Now, each kit is going to make up 4 pairs of earrings, if I've got that right. So if you're buying the bundle, you're going to be able to make 12 pairs of earrings. They're absolutely lovely. So I'm going to say a quick hello to you all, and then I'm going to show you the website and we're going to get started. So good morning to Heidi. She says, good morning, everybody. Lucy's in as well this morning. Good morning, Lucy. Hello to Camille. She says, good morning, Natalie. Hope you are well, and it's a nice sunny day. It's not sunny here. It's pretty overcast in Merseyside today. It's feeling a little bit cooler as well. Never know what to put on. I end up putting my coat on to do the school run in the morning, and then by the time I pick him up in the afternoon, I'm thinking, why have I brought my coat? It's really, really warm. Good morning to Mina. Hello to Tutu. She says, hello, Natalie and everyone. Good morning to Penny. She says, good morning, lovely, and everybody. And hello to Mandy as well. She says, good morning, Natalie. Hope you're okay. I'm very well, thank you. I hope you're all okay too. So a little bit of a change to the schedule this week, obviously, with what happened on Monday with the funeral. So we were having a bank holiday off. So I hope you've had a nice restful weekend, and thank you for joining me again today. You might need to remind me multiple times that it's Wednesday today, because I've just been completely confused with the days. Good morning to Sharon. She says, good morning, creative beading ears. Lucy says she was expecting Kitty, and I've thrown her off. I know. Well, this is it. I'm already confused because we've had the bank holiday on the Monday. So on Tuesday, I was convinced it was Monday. Monday felt like a Sunday, and today is a Wednesday. So yeah, here I am. Good morning to Sheila. She says, good morning, Natalie and fellow beaders. Sun is shining in Washington time in Weir. So wherever you are, let me know, what is the weather like? What have you been up to? Where are you watching from? What are your plans for the week? Have you been making anything? And I'm going to take you over to the website now. Hello, Joanne. She says, good morning, Natalie. Good morning, all. Have to watch later tonight because she's off to visit friends 100 miles away. Have a great day, all. Well, thank you for popping in and saying hello to us, Joanne. You can join us whenever is convenient for you. You can always find our wonderful tutorials on our website and again on YouTube as well. So here we are on totallybeads.co.uk. If you want to catch up with any tutorials at any point, there's loads for you to choose from. So as you know, you can go into this lovely section here. You can scroll down from categories here, and you can also go into this part here. All of our tutorials really easy to find. So today we're doing the crystal clusters. They are really very, very pretty. So Sarah has done these many moons ago. Obviously, I've changed it up slightly. Same method and techniques being used, but with lots of beautiful new colours in terms of those seed beads and crystal rondelles that we're using. So your kits today are £6.99 for the dark topaz and for the French blue, or these are my favourite. You can get the opal tan, and they are £8.99. So each of your earrings are going to be on different colorways. The dark topaz is going to be on the gold clip-on earring, the French blue will be on the silver, and the opal tan is on the most beautiful rose gold. So they should all match lovely for you. Your thread will also be chosen if you select you need the thread as well, and they will be in matching colours too. So I'm going to have a little look in each of them and show you what they look like, and you can also get that bundle as well, which is all 3 colours, for just £17.99. So they should have been £22.97, so they've been discounted for you. And obviously if we go into each kit, you will see each colorway is making 4 pairs of earrings. So you're going to get 4 pairs of these lovely sieves, which I'm going to show you, which is what we're just embellishing onto with the rondelles and the seed beads. You're getting a 10-gram bag of your Toho Seed Beads in size 15, and you're also getting 1 strand of your crystal rondelles, which are 2 by 3 millimeters. So all you need is a needle and thread, and a pair of scissors as well to cut your thread. If you need to add those needle and thread in, you can do so here as well. Just click that extra option. So these are the opal tan. This is what I'm going to be demoing with for you today. They're very, very pretty. I think the colours of those crystals and seed beads look absolutely beautiful against that sieve earring, but you're not going to see that anyway when it's on. We're going to be creating a lovely domed shape which really fills it out, make it a lovely full pair of earrings. They're very, very twinkly, very, very pretty, and as I say, they are clip-on, so everybody can wear these. Even if you have your ears pierced, you can wear them. If you don't, you can wear them too. So they're absolutely lovely, and they are £8.99 for the opal tan. If you're looking for something blue, then these are for you. These are the French blue. Again, everything in your kit to make 4 pairs of earrings. You're getting your seed beads and you're getting your crystal rondelles, and they're very, very lovely. They're very lightweight and very comfortable to wear. So they are the French blue, and they're just £6.99 for 4 pairs of earrings. And we've got the dark topaz as well, which is on the gold colour. Very pretty. And I think, although I said before, you know, a lot of people want to make earrings in the summer months, I think these are perfect for party season. So with Christmas slowly approaching, I think these make absolutely beautiful gifts, but you can also do so much with them as well. I'm going to talk through of the other things you can do aside from using them as earrings. This is the bundle, so you're getting 3 kits, each colour, which makes 4 pairs still. So you're going to get 12, if my maths is correct, 12 pairs of earrings, and you're going to get all of your sieves in the clip-on earrings on your bases will be in the rose gold, the gold, and the silver. You're going to get all of those Toho size 15s and those crystal rondelles as well. So they are £17.99. So hopefully there is something there that you like, regardless of whether you're somebody who prefers to wear silver, gold, rose gold. I think we've got something there for you, hopefully that you will like. Let me just have a quick look in the comments again and see if there's anything that I've missed. If you've got a question, pop a Q in front of it and I will do my best to answer it, and I can identify that. If you've got a tip, and I'm using needle and thread today, so you might have lots of tips for me, because you know it's not always my comfort zone, but these are really easy to make. Then pop a T in front and I will be able to read that out as well. Good morning to Judith. Hello to Elaine. Hello to Nicole. She says, hi Natalie and everybody. Hope you're all having a nice Wednesday. Camille is telling Lucy that the rose gold looks pinkish. I would agree, it does slightly. Good morning to Ruth. Hello to Dulce. Good morning to our lovely Mina. Elaine, don't worry, you're not late at all. We're just getting started. Hello to Carol. Camille is asking about rings. We do ring bases, so I probably wouldn't use this as a ring. I would buy the ring base off the website, and you can use exactly the same method to make a ring which matches as well. Hello to Helen. Hello to Chef. Hi to Sylvia, who's watching in South Australia. Good morning or good evening to you, Sylvia. Sue is saying, good morning, Natalie, and all my lovely beading family. Looks like it's going to brighten up soon. Fingers crossed. She's off to a crochet group at our local garden centre after this. That sounds lovely. How large are the earrings? Everything always looks bigger on the demos. The bases that you are getting in your kits are going to be 15 millimeters, so they're not too large. I will show you them. I haven't got my ruler to hand, but you'll see them down on my mat with my hands aligned, so you'll see how they look, and pop them in for you as well. So if I take you down on the mat, this is what we're doing today. See, they're only little dainty ones. So this is the beautiful rose gold colourway that we will be demoing with today. And this is with the opal tan. So very, very pretty. And we're going to be creating that lovely little dome effect. We've got these on the gold. You can see how shiny they look. They're very, very pretty. So that is your dark topaz. And if I open that up for you, you'll see how it looks on the inside. Your stitching becomes quite neat using this little kind of sieve effect. So they just open on and clip on with ease. And then these are your beautiful French blue ones as well. I really like the contrast between the dark seed beads and the slightly lighter blue rondelles. I think they just look very, very pretty. Mina says these are quick and easy to make. She made a few in lockdown when Sarah did them. So Camille says they're nice size for a ring too. You do get the kind of sieve based rings with the shank, so you can do exactly the same on that. What I would probably do with them, if I'd make earrings because I think they're lovely. But if you've got, this is probably going to sound really odd, but if you've got shoes, you can clip this onto the top of your shoe if you've got a plain shoe, and you can also make that little kind of an embellishment onto that as well. I also think they'd make really lovely like little napkin embellishments. So maybe if you've got a special meal coming up or a Christmas meal, you could just clip them onto your little like napkin ring, which I think would be really, really sweet. You could maybe make a couple of them and add them onto a necklace. You could pop a chain through this part and you can wear them as a necklace. So all we're going to be doing, and I'll show you this sieve kind of earring base as it is. So you'll see it's got these lovely little holes in it. And I'm going to work off this like a little grid. So I'm just going to be embellishing this with the rondelles and the seed beads. All I'm going to need is a needle and thread. So when I make it, I'm going to open it up and I'm just going to hold on to this part, which will sit comfortably on the back of your ear. And that's going to give me something to hold on to. So you'll see there's a center hole. And on this center hole, I'm going to be adding my 5 seed beads, 1 crystal rondelle, another 5 seed beads. And then you can either add 5 onto these here as well, so the one just on either side of it, or you can just keep this central one as 5. And then as you work out, so there's 3 around that center hole, which I will refer to as the second row. You will add 4 seed beads, a crystal rondelle and 4 seed beads. I'll show you this so it will make sense. And then on the outer edge, we're going to add 3 of the seed beads, and that's going to create a nice domed effect. Now we will be able to go up and add some extra clusters into each of these holes. So if you've started with the center, which is going to have 5 on, you could pop an extra little cluster in there just to make sure it's nice and full. You'll spot that on the corners there aren't any holes on the corners, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add extra probably around the outside with the 3 Toho Seed Beads, and that's going to give it a nice domed effect, a really full effect. But as you'll see here, they're going to run around the outer edge of that base. So it's going to be the crystals and the seed beads that we put on is going to be wider than the rim itself. So we're going to fill any space, so you won't be able to see any of the finding on that. Let's see, Elaine says they look much better in the flesh. They do. Again, I find them often difficult to photograph and show you just how pretty they are. Lucy's saying she loves my nails. Thank you very much. I've literally just popped a little bit of glitter on them. I've done them before, so hopefully they're dry. She's also saying she just got to decide if she wants the bundle or the rose gold ones. Go for the bundle. You're going to be able to make so many pairs. And as I say, you'll be able to do all sorts with these. You don't have to just have them as earrings. Camille also agrees, just get them all. Camille says, we did have shoes that you could put clips on. I used some of my mum's clip-ons and sewn them on top as decorations. For my wedding shoes, I just bought plain kind of white ivory coloured heels, and then I had something similar to this with like diamantes on. It was a little bit larger, and I literally I should have brought a shoe down to show you, but where your shoe kind of goes around your foot at the front, literally just clip them on and they will hold in place. So maybe a bit of a random suggestion, but they are really versatile. Okay, so let's get going. So for my needle and thread, I've used probably about a metre, so 1 arm span of thread, and I've just threaded my needle. I'm going to tip out my gorgeous Tohos. Wasn't going to tip them out quite like that. I wanted them at least in a little pile. There you go. Let's put some of these back. So I'm just going to pour some of those out. You're getting loads of these. You're going to be able to make 4 pairs of earrings. And I'm going to get my gorgeous crystals too. So these are very, very sparkly. Just think they look absolutely beautiful together. Lucy, just treat yourself, my lovely. Okay, I'll probably pour some more of those out. So I'm going to open up my earring and I'm going to hold on to this little part. I'm going to take my needle and thread, and where the center hole is here, you can see, I'm just going to move down 1 diagonally. So I'm going through here and I'm going to go through the top, and I'm going to leave myself a little tail. Doesn't have to be too much, just a little tail. And I will hold on to that as well so it doesn't get in the way. So now I'm going to come up through that middle and center hole, just here. So going up through the very center hole, and then I'm going to start picking up my seed beads. So for this central one, I'm going to pick up 5. I'm going to pick up 1 of my gorgeous sparkly crystal rondelles. Just fired them all over the place. So 3, 4, 5. I'll find them later when I'm hoovering up. 1 of my crystals and another 5 of my seed beads. I will get quicker at this, I promise. And then I'm going to go back down that central hole. So where I've come up out of the top, I'm going to go back down the same hole. So you're always going to come back down the one you've come up, if that makes sense. And then I'm just going to pull that down, and that is my first little cluster. Elle says, I'm a nightmare for pinion beads everywhere. So I'll find that when I hoover up later. Okay, so I've gone back down that central hole. I'm now going to come up to the next hole next to my tail thread. So this one next to it, can you see? I'm coming up this one. I just give my needle a little bit of a wiggle so you can see. So I'm going to come up through that hole, and then I'm going to tie a little double knot between that tail end of my thread and where it's just come out. So this is going to secure it on in place for me. If you want to, you can add a little bit of glue, but I would only use the tiniest amount because you don't want anything to be blocking those holes that we're going to go up through. So I've just tied my little knot, done a little double knot. I'm going to hold that thread again just to keep it out of the way. And now I'm going to go back. I'm up through that little hole that I've just come out of because I'm on the second row. So that little space just next to that center hole, I'm going to just add on 4 of my seed beads, 1 crystal rondelle, and another 4 seed beads. And I'm going to go back through the hole I've just come out of. So you won't see that little knot that I've just made because that's going to be hidden amongst our little clusters. I'm now going to go back up the central hole. So as I say, you can fill this out by adding extra little clusters. I'm probably going to do one at a time. Let me just untangle that thread. So I can have a little look afterwards and think, okay, that needs a little bit more filling, and I can just add an extra one, an extra little cluster to that if I need to. So because I'm doing that central hole, I'm going to use 5 of my seed beads, 1 rondelle, and 5 of my seed beads. And then I'm just going to go back through that center hole. So I'm just, every one that I come in through, I'm coming out of, and that's going to create my little clusters in the middle. It is very shiny, so I'm hoping you'll be able to see a little bit. Camille says you can put a bit of tape on the tail end of the thread and then you don't need to hold it. To be honest, it doesn't often get in the way, but I hold it just so it just doesn't tangle up. But yeah, a bit of tape would do a good suggestion. So I've done my centre. I'm now just going to work around on that second hole, that second row. So it doesn't matter which one I choose. You'll see at the back how it's starting to look. Doesn't matter which hole. I'm just going to go through that second row, adding the 4 on, and then I'm going to add on the outside with the 3. So pick a hole, any hole. I'm going to come back up through this one here. And I'm going to add my 4 seed beads. So a nice easy project. Obviously you might be a little bit quicker than I am picking your seed beads up. I would say they probably take me, I don't know, maybe about an hour to do a pair. As I say, you might be much quicker than I am. I think you probably are going to be much quicker than I am. Sorry, I'll move that back into camera. So I'm just moving it with my finger to go up to that next hole, just having a little look and check that I've not missed one. So that center will have 5. The row next to that will have 4 seed beads and your outer one will have 3. And that's just going to give it that lovely little domed effect and really fill it out nicely for us. I made these, I first made a pair like these for my sister. I probably should have brought that necklace down to show you. So I had a necklace. It was lots of different multicolored beads, kind of on a wire frame, and I've had it absolute years, and my sister just loved it. Every time I wore it, she always wanted to borrow it. She always complimented me on it. So I thought, well, if you love it so much, you can have one. So I gifted her one for her birthday. And she loved it. She's very happy with it. Not come out that hole, just bear with me. So she was very, very happy with it, but always said to me, I just don't know what earrings to put on with it. So I said to her, well, I tell you what, I will have a little look. She said, I don't want any dangly ones. I just want some like clip-ons, but because they're all such lovely multicolored beads, just never know what looks right with it. I'm just going to come up this hole next to it, so I'm still on that second row. So I made a some, and I made a some with a mix of different seed beads and a mix of different coloured crystals, and she was very, very happy with them. And now she has her matching set. So I just find they're really versatile, and as I say, they're very comfortable to wear because they're very lightweight. So whatever hole you come up through, you've got to go back down that hole as well. So I've done that top part of the row of 4s. So I'm just going to come up through the side. So I'm just on the right hand side of that center hole now. So I'm still adding 4. One crystal rondelle and another 4 of my seed beads. So I'm just using my needle to pick them up off my mat. I'm not sure if I am in shot. I do apologise if I've moved slightly out of camera. I'm holding it up to my face so I can just check I'm going through the right hole. Lucy says it's a nice, easy project. It is a really easy project. And that's why, you know, as I say, I'm not always comfortable using a needle and thread. I'll always just think, well, I'll use my fingers, or I'll, you know, I like my tiger tail. I even like my nylon thread. But these are just so easy to do. As I say, if I can do it, you can do it. Lucy says she's a bit obsessed with gemstone chip bracelets at the moment. Again, another really lovely, easy make that you can just spend your time putting some lovely colours together. So I'm coming up through the second row at the bottom of that centre. So I'm still adding on 4. One of my lovely crystals and another 4. I think my television in the other room has randomly switched itself on. My little one was watching it this morning before we left, and I can hear quite a rather loud, noisy children's programme. I won't say what it is, but watch it. Right, so I've just done that full row. So now I'm going to move over one. So I'm going to come up on the last row, so the outer rim. And I'm going to add 3 of my seed beads on. I hope you can't hear the television in the back. It's really distracting. And I'm going to add another 3. And back down the hole. Move over to the next one. Lucy's asking, how is he enjoying big school? I think he's settled, to be honest. You know, he's only been, this is probably like his 2nd full week. I think he gets a little bit confused that he's going every weekday, because he used to just attend nursery 2 days a week, and my mum would look after him for me on the other days that he wasn't in nursery. So I think he's missing his nanny quite a lot, to be honest. I also don't think he's eating his lunches, because when he comes home, he's absolutely ravenous. He will go through a sandwich, fruit, crisps, biscuit. He will then ask me for cereal. There's just no end to him. Then I'll be like, well, do you want some tomatoes? He'll just absolutely eat all sorts when he gets in, which makes me think, is he eating his dinners in school? And if he is he just eating his desserts first and then not having time to finish his meal? Knowing my son, probably he does have a bit of a sweet tooth. I'm just bringing that up on the outer rim again. So yeah, I think he's enjoying it. He seems to be settling in. All that he eats, by the way, before we give him his tea or his dinner, depending on where you are in the country. You tend to have lunch and dinner, or you have dinner and tea if you're up north. Mina's saying the gold would look lovely for Christmas. I think it would too. Okay, so I'm just moving up to the top of that last outer rim. So I'm adding 3 seed beads on. 1 of the crystal rondelles and another 3 seed beads. So you can see, you know, how much you're going to get out of your kit. There is no way I'm going to use all of these seed beads that I've poured out for 2 earrings. So you're going to be able to make quite a lot. Coming up through that center hole on the outer rim. Lucy says, burning all that energy all day, bet you he sleeps well. Well, I wouldn't take that bet if I were you, Lucy. He's not a sleeper unless he's in my bed. He's in my bed every night. He'll go to sleep, start off in his own big, lovely bed, and then he always ends up with me. So I never get a really good night's sleep because he's a little worm. He's a wiggler. Okay, so I'm just moving with my finger every now and again just to see where those little holes are to make sure I'm not missing any. Tina says, one of mine never did eat dinner at school. He couldn't eat publicly even though I paid for them. He was always starving by tea time. Oh, bless him. I think it's because I'd give him a packed lunch when he'd go to my mum's, and he'd graze on it all day. So there was no like set time in which he had to have it eaten by. But obviously when he's in school, they've got set dinner time. So I think he's just a bit of a slow eater. And as I say, if you're getting a tray where you can, put your dessert on there and whatever it is you're meant to be having for like your main, he's definitely just going to eat the dessert first. If it takes him half an hour to eat a yogurt or a chocolate muffin, then there's no time for the actual substantial meal. And the meals that the school do sound absolutely lovely. There's loads of choice. Every day I say, what did you have? Did you have this, or did you have that, or did you have this? And he's like, don't know. So he's not telling me much about what he gets up to. He'll tell me like who he's played with. But yeah, I'm relying on the school to let me know what he's actually been doing. We don't get much out of him. Lucy says she eats dessert first too. Okay, so I'm still coming up the outer edge. And you can see what it's looking like on the back. So it's fairly neat. You can cover that with, I don't know, a little bit of felt or something if you want to, but it's not uncomfortable next to your ear at all. And it's fairly neat. So I wouldn't bother personally. You don't really see that when it's on. Well, you don't see it at all when it's on. Yeah, Tina, I think I might have to have a little mention. As I say, it's early days, so I don't want to be that parent who's like a little bit controlling. But yeah, I'm sure we'll have an opportunity to just check in with them and have like a little bit of a parents' evening or whatever, and I'll be able to mention it. Okay, so I've got 2 little holes here at the bottom that I just need to finish off, and then I'm just going to check if there's any extra space we need to fill. So just in case, I don't want to be able to see the base of the earring. I want it lovely and full. And as I say, because there isn't any of those little holes on the corners, just want to make sure that it's filled nicely. So I'll probably go around that edge one more time. So you can see here, I think it needs to be a little bit more full. So I'm just going to come back up through the same holes again. Just going to make sure I'm not going through any of my seed beads. Just caught one of my seed beads there. So I'm just going to push it with my finger. If you can see where that little hole is, little gap. I've already done one cluster in there, but I'm just going to add some extras into some of those on the outside just to fill it up a little bit more. So I'm still picking up 3 of my Toho Seed Beads, 1 of my Rondelles, and 3 of the seed beads again. Still going back down the hole that I came out of. So all I'm doing is just pushing them slightly with my fingers, and you can readjust these at the end as well. You can reposition them to how you want them to be. Get myself a little tangled up there. Just pull that thread. There you go. So as I say, you can just kind of tap it with your finger, fill it out, have a little look if there's anywhere else. So I think I can see a little bit of my base here. So I'm going to come up through some of those center ones as well. If it's on that second row, I'm just going to add the 4. So I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to add 4 onto this row. So you can take your time with this. You can fill it out as much as you want to. Just keep going around the outside edge just to make it nice and full. Having the 5 seed beads in the middle, in the very central hole, and then the 4 and then the 3 is just going to make sure that it's got that lovely domed look. Just going to come back down that hole. And can you see it's starting to make that lovely domed shape? Elaine says, it's lovely to be able to make clip-on earrings for my mum. She likes to wear them but doesn't have pierced ears. See, this is it. I think, you know, there's definitely a market out there for these, for people who don't have pierced ears. I've got a friend and she loves her jewellery, but again, she doesn't have her ears pierced, so she often feels like she's missing out. She doesn't get as much choice in terms of earrings. And I've said, well, you know, that's the joy of being able to make your own jewellery, or being able to make jewellery for people. You can custom make them. So I've also got some back, so you can do dangles as well. I'm just going to add some more onto the outside edge. And you can just attach them. It's just like clipping them onto a general, you know, earring hook, only they, instead of the earring hook going through your ear, they just have a clip on the back. So now I say to all, if there's anything that you like, anything you want, there's nothing really I'm not going to be able to make you in clip-on form. Just going back through that hole. Let me just move that out of the way. There you go. So when it comes to the outside edge, I don't know if I'm on camera. I'm not on camera there. I do apologise. I keep holding it really close to my face just so I can see. I'm just going around the outer edge again. Just, you can go through the same hole. You can add those extra little clusters in just to fill that space a little bit more. Just be cautious when you're coming through that you're not going through your seed beads. Well, just come back through that hole, so bear with me. Need to go through that next one here, I think. There we go. And just keep having a little look to check that it's nice and full. So when you do your next one, you want your next one to be just as full and just as lovely. So just keep having a little look at it, check that you can't see any of the outer rim. And say we want those little clusters to go over and hang over the edges of it. So where am I coming up through there? Gets a little bit harder as you get to double fill in them, just to see where they are, but that's a good sign. That means they're nice and full. So when you're happy with that, I could probably do a little bit more, but I can't see any base. Or actually, I'm going to just do one more, I think, on this side here, just to fill that out a little bit more. So as I've moved it with my finger, just come through that thread here. So I'm going to add another cluster on, and then I'm going to start to secure my thread and finish that off. Sheila says, these earrings will look lovely for special occasions. Thank you very much. I completely agree. I think, let's say, as we're approaching party season, I think they'll make lovely little gifts. Okay, so I'm just going to have a little look. And so I'm just going to move things around with my finger. Because I've done the 5 in the middle, I've got a lovely little dome shape to that. Just going to share this lovely link from our Lucy. So we are totallybeads.co.uk/Facebook tutorials/crystal cluster earrings. Bit of a mouthful today. Right, so now I'm just going to start to secure my thread, and to do that I'm just going to do a half hitch knot. So I'm going to turn it up this way, so I've got the back, and where I've got one of these little thread paths, I'm just going to come up under there. I'm not adding anything else on. I've got no more beads or crystals or anything like that. I'm just going to try and bring my needle through one of those thread paths. Just try and get my needle under that thread. It's nice and taut, so we'll try this one next to it. Come on, needle. There you go. So what I've done is I'm just bringing the needle under one of those little thread paths, if you can see. And then I'm going to bring it through and make a little loop. And just before that loop comes together, I'm going to bring my needle through that little loop and then pull it tight. And then I'm going to go through the next one and do exactly the same. So I'm just securing. You can definitely hear Peppa Pig on in the background. I'm just going to secure this with a half hitch knot. So again, go through one of the thread paths. When you get that little loop, then just pop my needle through and tighten it down. So once I've done that twice, I've just moved along one. I'm going to go through some of my beads. So I'm going to go up into the earring itself. And then I'm going to go down a couple of my seed beads. Am I in shot? I'm so sorry. I'm just holding it up to my face. So I've gone through a couple of my seed beads and back out the other side. And then you're not going to see that. That's just securing it. And then I can just cut it off really close. If I wanted to, I can do exactly the same with this one, and I could bring that thread through and I could tie another little knot in it if I wanted to. So I'm going to take my thread off my needle. Got that caught. Come on, thread. Just give that a little trim. I'm going to thread my needle. So I'm using a large eye needle for this. Just give it a little push to open it. Now this tail end that I've been keeping hold of, that's already got that knot in it. So that's already pretty secure. But I'm just going to do the same. So I'm going to bring it back through a couple of those seed beads. So it's out through the other end. I'm going to do another little half hitch knot. So I'm going to go through one of the threads. Just move that long tail end. And then I'm going to try and bring that back through that little loop. You only need to do it the once. And then if I want to, as I say, they're nice and secure. I could even tie these together again in a little double knot. So you can add a little bit of glue on it if you want to. And then I'm just going to come in really, really close and just trim off those threads. Let's cut that a little bit further. There you go. So that's nice and secure, a nice full little cluster. So as I say, you can do there's more around the outside edges if you want to. You can cover that tiny little part of the earring that will become the base. I'm not in camera at all. I do apologise. Debbie says, good morning, everyone. I'm late. These look amazing. And Lucy says, I'm sold. I've added the bundle. These are just gorgeous. So really, really pretty. I mean, we've made one earring there. We've got all of these still to go. So you're not going to need all of them to make another earring. You can see we're going to get 4 out of each kit. Margaret's asking, is there any way this design could be adapted for pierced ears? Late, but we'll watch later. You would need to have some sort of base like this without the clip on. So you'd probably want the sieve base with the little hole in it so you can, you know, attach your normal kind of French hook or ear wire through that way. You could, if you were to use these, attach a jump ring to the top through here, and then maybe add on a traditionally normal earring for pierced ears if you wanted to do it that way, Margaret. Tutu's also saying they would make a pretty ring. I will try and find the link a little bit later on for the ring bases. In fact, if I can take you over to the website, let's see if we can find them. So here we've got the cluster rings today. Absolutely beautiful. They range from £6.99 for 4 pairs to £8.99 for the opal tan, which are the ones that I've just demoed with. Or you can get the 3 different colours, 4 pairs in each colour for just £17.99. It's saying no stock. The blue's also showing as no stock, which is exciting. It means that you've liked them, which I'm really pleased about. Hopefully we might be able to update that for you. Right, let's try ring base. I might get a load of jump rings instead. Okay, so you can see these are our clip-ons here for the earrings. Is there a ring in there? There should be somewhere. I will try and find the link for you. I'll just have to check what it would be called. So we'll put sieve ring and see what comes up with that. I'm pretty sure somewhere on the website we do have those available as a ring shank as well. I will find it and I will have a little look for you. Oh, I think Lucy may have found it. Oh, you're an absolute star, Lucy. Thank you so much. This should be for the beaded ring, so you can click on that. Let me just see if I pop beaded ring in, will that come up for you? And you'll be able to make a match as well. I think Lucy's found it. It should be on that link. So thank you so much. That's the black plated one. This one's the gold plated one. Lucy thinks she might have some sieve base rings. Sylvia said you can get a post with flat disc. You could glue it onto that. Yes, that's a good suggestion as well. And Tina says thank you for a great tutorial. Well, thank you so much for joining me. As I say, I think they're They're really pretty. They make really lovely little earrings. But there's lots of other things you can do with them as well, and they're really, really comfortable to wear. I think I really like the idea of putting them on like a little napkin and having them on that way as well. You could make multiple ones of them, and you could wear them on a chain and make a little necklace. So this is how they look. That's the one I've just made. They're really comfortable and really easy to just clip on and off. Absolute bargain today. So thank you so much for joining us. Margaret says, thank you, lovely earrings would make fab rings. Everyone wants them as a ring. Okay, I will find the bases. We can do a matching set as well. It's going to be exactly the same technique. And Mandy says, so lovely. Thank you, Natalie. You are welcome. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. I will be back with you on Friday. I'm going to be making bracelets with you on Friday, I think. So please join in and tune in for that. I hope you've enjoyed the live, and thank you so much for being with me. Camille says, very pretty. Thanks, Natalie. Have a lovely day, everyone. Lucy says, lovely tutorial. Thank you so much, Natalie. You are welcome. It's been my absolute pleasure. So I'm sending you lots of love and light, and